Byron and Moku, on their way to Saipana, run into an ambush. The Phantom rescues them and learns of the gun runner's plans. He races to forestall them at Onda Gorge, when suddenly...
Sure got ourselves in a pocket. I hope you know where we're going. We'll get through. We're pretty close to the bridge now. Look, Salento. What's the matter, Salento? What happened? Where is he? Where's who? The Phantom. The Phantom?
Well, that's the end of the Phantom. Yeah, and Collins and Paul, too.
Yeah, but how are you going to get the ammunition across?
Well, we're going to have to follow along this bank till we come to another bridge or a ford. It's the only thing we can do.
Well, let's get started.
This way, I guess.
Key. 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 Key.
I don't know whether we can make this or not. We'll have to give it a try.
Oh, wait. Look. Wait, look. Oh, look. Oh, look. Oh. Oh.
Wait a minute. Whoa. We'll have to pull this load, boys, and take it across empty and load it again on the other side.
Why don't we fix some grub first?
Say, that's a good idea. I'm glad I thought of that. You better hitch the ox and let them graze around a bit.
Give me a hand, Grogan.
Yeah.
Come on, Salento, grab a little of this wood and we'll build a fire.
All right.
Drop that pin.
Stiletto!
Where'd he go?
I don't know. Here's his hat.
Where'd he go? Look, he's fired a fuse to the cart.
Hurry up, Brogan! Look out! You can't make it come back!
Well, looks like the end of the trail for us. That explosion got Grogan, too.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do for him. I'm getting out of here. I've had enough of this phantom.
Yeah. And face Bremer after what happened?
Well, I'd rather do that than face somebody I can't fight.
Long's right. We wouldn't stand a chance in this jungle.
The phantom would get us before we ever saw him.
All right. Then let's get out of here.
Zolo. I've got to get to Zolo.
Are you certain that man said Zolas?
I'm positive. Why should a lost city be so important to anyone but an archaeologist? I don't know. But your expedition which set out to find it was stopped. The men who were moving the munitions are the same ones who attacked you. That means whoever they work for doesn't want that place discovered.
I don't see any reason for that.
Neither do I yet. I'm going back to Saipana. Maybe Rusty has something to tell me by this time.
Well, while you're there, you might see what happened to our guide Larkin. You want to sit around Tonga waiting for him for the rest of our lives.
I'll do that. In the meantime, please stay here in the village. No more running around the jungle on your own.
Right.
Be back as soon as I can, Professor.
Good luck. Well, we did the best we knew how. The whole thing just couldn't be helped.
There's no use crying over spilt milk. One thing, however, becomes more certain every moment. There are two men who must be gotten out of the way quickly if we ever expect to complete our airfield at Zolas.
You mean the Phantom and Rusty?
Certainly, I mean them. These two are working together, the Phantom in the jungle and Rusty here in town. Both of them know all of you, and sooner or later they're going to trace me through you. Now, this must not happen.
What do you want us to do?
I want all of you to clear out of town and go to Zolas. But before leaving Saipana, take care of Rusty.
Okay, boss. We won't miss this time.
You'd better not. Well, what's the matter? You know where he lives, don't you? Go on, move.
Come on, let's crowd in on him.
Well, devil, how I didn't stay long, did I? No, see, old Sawbones fixed me up. Yes, sir.
You and Slendo stash yourself in behind those rocks. Marson, cover the other side of the house. I'll slip in on him when you're set.
Right. What's the matter, fella? What are you...
We must have dropped him.
He ain't shooting.
He got Solano, huh?
Yeah.
Take this note to the camp. You be careful on your way, son.
Stay here.
Go on over.
Sergeant.
So you finished them off, eh?
Yeah.
Hey, Chris. The Phantom's dog just left here.
What'd you let him get away for?
Well, I took a shot at him when I missed, but only had a piece of paper tied around his collar.
Trying to get a message through to the Phantom.
Well, ain't that just ducky?
What do you mean? Oh, I get it. We'll lay here and wait for him.
Did you ever hear of a booby trap? Marson, tie that guy up hands and foot. Bring that rack with you. I'll show you a trick.
Okay, Chris.
Tie your end of that trigger.
Okay.
You take this end, you tie it onto his belt, and you take all the slack out of it. And when a Phantom comes in, first thing he sees is a guy laying there on the ground. He wants to know what's wrong with him. So the first thing he does is turn him over, like this. Boom. That takes care of both of them. Okay, Long, we'll try it. Cock that shotgun and make sure there's no shells in it. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
She clicks.
That's it. Load her up. Okay, let's get out of here. All right, let's get out of here.
You stay here, fella. Rusty.
Here, fella! Here, fella!
Rusty!
And the renegades and saboteurs join forces? Will outlaws rule the jungle now? See what happens in The Mystery Well, the next action-crammed episode of The Phantom, at this theater next week. Dr. Bremer plans to dispose of Rusty and the Phantom. With Rusty as the come-on, a trap is set, and the Phantom unknowingly walks closer and closer to his doom.
You stay here, fella. Rusty! Rusty!
Here, fella! Here, fella!
Rusty!
Nice work, boy. Nice work. Rusty. Come on, Rusty.
I thought I was shot. What was that?
Never mind, everything is all right. Who tied you up? Who's responsible for this?
Well, I don't know. I was shooting it out with Chris and his gang.
Did you find out who they worked for?
Yeah, they hang around the Tradewinds Hotel most of the time. I think Singapore Smith could answer a lot of questions.
Well, I'll pay Singapore Smith a visit.
Oh, my head.
Now, suppose we get to the point. I know that you have 6 of the 7 segments or keys which make a map showing the location of the lost city of Zolas. I want them.
Try and get them.
Well, I have no objection to putting this on a business basis. Will you sell them to me?
That all depends.
All right. Shall we say $5,000?
Don't be ridiculous. What's 5,000 for a chance to find some real treasure?
All right, I'll make it 20, and you can take it or leave it.
You'll have to do better than that.
Didn't you hear me say 20, Rocco?
That's what it sounded like to me.
Okay. Give me the money.
Now, I'll take the keys.
I haven't got them here.
What do you mean you haven't got them here?
You don't think I'm silly enough to keep them around where guys like you can get them without a payoff?
Well, where did you put them?
You know that little house I own out at the end of town?
Of course.
Well, they're hid under the 4th stepping stone leading to the back porch.
You wouldn't lie to me, would you, Smith?
Why should I? You paid me more than enough to make it worth my while to tell the truth.
A bullseye. You fool. I told you to wait until I gave you the signal.
Found out what you wanted to know. You didn't need him any longer.
Supposing he lied. I wanted to play safe, have him take us to the place where he hid the stuff.
He didn't lie. Not for 20 grand.
For your sake, I hope you're right. Now get over there and find out.
Right.
I saw you come in this office. So you got him after all, huh? I might as well find out who you are.
Take off those glasses. Well, I'll take them off myself.
Now, you listen to me. I didn't attack Smith.
Yeah, I suppose he'll back you up.
I'm sure he will as soon as he regains consciousness.
Well, since you're so anxious to clear yourself, I better go fetch the doc so I can bring Smith out of his stupor.
Do I look foolish enough to let you go so you can bring the police? Ring for the houseboy. Now, when that houseboy gets here, no monkey business. Like having him tip off the police.
Come in.
You ring?
I want you to go to Dr. Bremer and tell him to come here quickly. Mr. Smith needs his attention.
Me go. Big hurry up.
Introduce me to Dr. Bremer as Walker. Understand? Help me put Smith on the couch.
Don't tell me. I know. They weren't there.
No.
You self-satisfied bonehead. All you had to do was obey my orders. Then we could have made Smith take us to where he really hid the stuff.
But, Doc, I thought I was helping you.
You fought. Since when have I paid you to think? All you're supposed to do is follow my instructions. But no, you wouldn't do that. You had to kill a man with a knife.
No, Doc. Don't, Doc. No, Doc. No. Don't, Doc. Please, no.
Dr. Bremer! Dr. Bremer!
Who is it?
Houseboy from hotel. Mr. Miller said for you to come to Mr. Smith's office. He very sick.
You say Miller sent you?
Oh, yes. He said for you to come very quick to save the life of Mr. Smith.
All right, I'll be right over. That houseboy saved your life.
Gee, glad Smith ain't dead. Now, maybe you can get him to tell the truth about those keys.
Maybe.
Hey, wait a minute. You might be walking into a trap.
I'm way ahead of you.
Singapore Smith is plenty tricky.
I know that. Take a couple of boys and go to the hotel. If I'm not out of Smith's office in 20 minutes, knock on the door.
Okay. From now on, what you say goes.
Let me hear you say it.
Mr. Walker and I found Singapore right over there with a knife wound in his back.
Say it again.
Mr. Walker and I found Singapore right over there with a knife wound in his back.
Fine. Don't forget. Smith, Singapore.
Dr. Bremer, this is Mr. Walker.
How do you do?
Mr. Walker and I found Singapore right down there with a knife wound in his back.
Singapore stabbed?
I hope you can bring him out of his coma, Doctor, so we can learn the name of the man who attacked him.
His condition's very serious. You men better wait outside.
Maybe you're right, Doctor, but I can't afford to miss anything Smith may say when it comes to.
No time to argue now. I'll do what I can. Under the circumstances, it'll be a miracle if he ever speaks again.
Smith, can you hear me? Smith.
I didn't tell him.
He's out of his head. You can't depend on what he'll say. This'll relieve him, though. Here, Smith.
Smith.
I'll get another dose.
That's what I was going to say.
What are you trying to say?
I didn't tell him. I didn't tell him.
In his condition, you can't believe anything he'll say.
I didn't tell him.
Didn't tell him what?
About keys. I fooled him. Fooled
whom?
Told him keys under stepping stones.
Whom are you trying to talk about?
Talking about...
Let me get in this.
Yes, Smith? Where are the keys? The keys! Where are the keys?
And... back of...
Yes, back of what?
Back of... warehouse.
Smith. Singapore.
If it's any consolation to you, the medicine wouldn't have done him any good. What did he mean by keys in a warehouse?
Nothing that would interest you.
Oh? Too bad he didn't name the murderer. By the way, I imagine the authorities will want to question you.
I am well aware of that. Wait a minute. I hope you forgive me for this, Doctor. You can open the door after I leave.
You ain't leaving. Drop that gun and put up your hands.
Evening, gents.
Oh, I'm sure glad to see you fellas. Here's a fella that murdered Singapore Smith. Turn him over to the police.
With pleasure.
I'll get my gun.
a minute, wait a minute. Why waste your time chasing him? He'll go to a warehouse searching for the keys.
Oh, sure, that's right. He stuck up Singapore Smith once before, and that's just what he was after.
Give him a chance to get there first. If he finds the keys, you'll be there in plenty of time to take them away from him.
Whatever you say, boss.
Right.
You stay out here while Braddock and me search inside. Light that lamp, Braddock.
Phantom. I got him cornered in that old well.
You two keep your guns on him from here, and I'll slip around through the brush.
Right.
Come on.
That must have sent him to the bottom?
Yeah. And I'm going to make sure he stays there. Come on, give me a hand with it.
Get that other side.
Is Diana going to be the ruthless Bremer's next victim? Have the saboteurs turned against their leader? Learn the answer in Quest of the Keys, the next dynamic episode of The Phantom, at this theater next week. Dr. Bremer fails to learn the hiding place of the stolen ivory keys from Singapore Smith. When the Phantom finds them, Bremer's men close in on him. Suddenly...
It's the Phantom. I got him cornered in that old well.
You two keep your guns on him from here, and I'll slip around through the brush.
Right.
Must have dropped him. Come on. That must have sent him to the bottom.
Yeah. And I'm going to make sure he stays there. Come on, give me a hand with this. Well, that's the end of the man who never dies.
Yeah, Bremer will sure be proud to know the Phantom's done for.
Yeah, but what about the keys we came here to find?
Well, you look for them if you like. Braddock and me have done enough for what Bremer's paying us. Yeah, you said it.
Now listen, let me handle this. I know Doc better than you do, and I think I can keep him from blowing up. Great news, Chief. We knocked over the Phantom.
The Phantom? Well, Long and Chris told me they took care of him at Rusty's shack.
We're not responsible for what they say. All I know is he showed up at the warehouse.
Yeah, we cornered him in the old well and buried him in it.
Huh. Wonder what he was looking for there. Keys, maybe?
Could be. Looking for them without knowing where to start is like hunting for a needle in a haystack.
Which means that you didn't find them either. What happened to the man that held us up at the hotel?
Never showed up.
I don't think that fellow was looking for the keys.
No, he was likely looking for the cash that Smith keeps in his safe.
Well, all right. Now, I want you all to get ready to leave with me for Zolas in the morning.
I thought you wanted us to take care of the Davidson expedition next.
No, I'll drop in on them myself at the Tonga village and discourage the professor from continuing his search for the seventh key.
Yeah, but suppose they don't scare us so easy.
I'll have to try some other way, that's all.
This stove throws a lot of heat.
Yeah.
What's the matter, Rusty? Having trouble with that jigsaw puzzle?
Hey, look, I got it. 6 pieces fit together perfectly. But there's a hole in the middle.
Right, our next job is finding that missing segment.
Oh, I get it. Without that missing segment, you couldn't find Zolas, right?
That's it. Somehow, somewhere, we'll find it. At least Professor Davidson will be happy to get these.
Uh-huh.
By the way, before I forget, what became of Larkin?
Oh, he left for your village today with supplies and quarters to rejoin Professor Davidson's expedition.
Good. Well, thanks for everything, Rusty.
You're welcome, and a lot of good luck.
Come on, Neville.
Phantom! Come! Juba! Phantom, come!
All right, Suba.
Welcome, stranger. The natives say you always return when you're needed most. I believe them now.
Anything wrong?
Only that I was left behind.
What do you mean?
Well, my uncle and Byron wouldn't wait for you any longer, and they left a while ago for the Astari village.
What do you go there for?
Professor him say must see Saka.
Your natives here told Uncle about that old chief who can remember so many years back.
I see. You think Sarka may be able to tell him something about the missing key?
That's it, exactly. So he pulled out as soon as Mr. Larkin returned from Saipana.
I'm sorry he didn't wait for me.
But he expects you to catch up with him on the trail.
Then I better not disappoint him. Come on, Devil.
Hey, wait a minute. Isn't that Jeffrey Prescott's dog?
I don't know. I found him lost in the jungle, and we've become pals.
And how did you know his right name?
It says so on the collar.
Oh. You know, I often wonder what's become of poor Jeffrey. We haven't heard of him since Uncle accused him of robbery.
I'm sure I wouldn't know, but I can assure you he didn't steal those keys, because I recovered them from Singapore Smith last night.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad for Jeffrey's sake. I can hardly wait to tell Uncle.
I'll tell him for you.
Oh, no, take me with you. The only reason he left me here was because you weren't with the safari.
I'm sorry, Diana. You're safer here. Suba, I'll leave Miss Palmer in your care.
Now, wait here, all of you. I'm going into the Tonga village and talk to that stubborn professor.
Throw a scare into him for me.
I don't care what you say, Suba. Phantom or no Phantom, I'm going to try and join my uncle.
Phantom say you stay here.
Well, the Phantom has no right to tell me what to do.
Goes to walk, says law in jungle.
Dr. Bremer!
Miss Palmer. Well, I'm certainly glad to see you.
Well, what are you doing here?
Well, I was on my way to the Longa village. I just thought I'd drop by and have a word with your uncle.
Well, you're just a little too late. He and the Phantom are on their way to visit the Astari tribe.
You say the Phantom's with the safari? Are you sure?
Well, yes. He left here a short while ago to join him on the trail.
Well, in that case, if I hurry, I might be able to catch them before they pass my turnoff to the Longa village.
Please take me with you.
Why didn't you go with your uncle?
Well, he wouldn't let me. He thought it was too dangerous.
Then I am sorry, Miss Palmer. I couldn't take that responsibility. But I'll tell your uncle I saw you. Goodbye.
Suba?
Yes?
Is it all right if I go swimming?
Sure, Miss Palmer. You go swim.
Thank you, Suba.
Hey, here comes Bremer on the double. Something must have happened.
What's wrong, Doc?
Well, you idiots. I just found out the Phantom's still alive.
Alive? Why, that's impossible. We saw him drown.
You're crazy. He's taking the Davidson expedition to the Astara village, and if he gets there, all my plans will be ruined.
Well, what's so important about the Astara village?
I've got someone set up there to rule the natives my way. They're liable to rebel if they find out the Phantom's still alive. Now, we've got to get rid of them. Now, the only way the safari can get out of this valley is through Matu Pass. You, Braddock, and Watson get there and blow up the pass as they come through.
Do you think we can get there in time?
Porters have to rest every so often. You're traveling light. You can cut in ahead of them. Go on.
Right.
Now, you three. Davidson's niece is back in Tonga village. And she sort of fits into my scheme of things. Come on with me.
I'm sorry, but I'll have to rest again. Negaro!
It's a good idea to rest a while, Professor. Because from here on, the trail goes uphill to Matu Pass.
How far is the Astara village from the pass?
We should get there by tonight.
So far, your predictions have been right, Larkin. I hope this one is too. I'm certainly glad you recovered those 6 segments. If we can get the 7th one from Sarka, we'll be on our way to Zolas by tomorrow.
Well, I hope for your sake that Sarka has it. Anyway, you owe Jeffrey Prescott an apology.
I still don't understand why you didn't bring Diana with you. She's in no danger with you here.
Not from the natives. Our enemies aren't natives.
But Diana's safer back in Tonga village.
She hasn't seen us, I'm sure. Now, look, I'll tell you exactly what I want you to do. Stand. Get back in there and keep low. Miss Palmer.
Oh, Dr. Bremer, you frightened me.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm glad you stopped to rest, though. I was trying to catch up with you.
So you insist on joining your uncle? Well, I'm sorry, but I still can't take you with me.
Well, I'm not going back to Tonga.
Guess there's nothing much I can do about it, then. Well, I wonder what this means.
Just where do you think you're going?
Well, what business is that of yours? Keep your hands off of her.
She painted all right, Doc, just like you said.
Yeah, nice work, fellas. She'll come to in a minute. When she does, tell her you threw my body into the swamp or anything you want to tell her. Just hold her here and keep your eyes open for the Phantom.
The Phantom?
Yeah, I'll send him back here to pull a rescue. You get it? All right, this time, don't miss.
I'll get some water to bring her, too.
Hey, Davidson! Professor Davidson!
Why, it's Dr. Bremer.
Davidson, Miss Palmer, we were back on the trail.
Diana?
Yes, I met her back on the trail after I came through Tonga village. We were attacked. They've taken her prisoner.
Where did this happen, Doctor?
Back on the trail, just below the swamps, only a short while ago.
Then they haven't gotten very far. Come on, Devil.
I'll go with you.
No, I better go alone. You go on to Batu Pass. I'll catch up with you later.
How long are you going to keep me here?
We ain't sure, sister.
Say, we ought to be hearing that explosion pretty soon.
What explosion?
That Batu Pass ain't very far from here, and they're gonna blow her up.
Go get him, fella. Go on. Go get him.
Look, the Phantom stalled.
Got him, get it! Diana, over here.
Shh.
You stay here. After I leave, you call Devil and call him loud. All right.
Here, Devil. Come on, boy.
Hey, did you hear that? A girl called the dog off.
Oh, now we gotta round her up again.
Not me, brother. I don't want any more of that dog.
Say, maybe that's a trick of the Phantom.
I don't want any more of him either. I'm getting out of here.
You can get out of here if you want to, but I'm going to get that girl. Come on, King.
See where your stubbornness got you? I told you to stay in the village.
I'm sorry.
I've got to get to your uncle and stop him from going through the pass. I can travel faster alone. So I'll leave Devil with you and you follow behind. The main trail up this way.
All right, boys. Run the wire up to the edge of that hill and set the detonator. I'll tamper in.
All right.
Let's hook it up here. This ought to be far enough.
Hurry up, fellas. The safari's heading in close to the pass.
Good. We're practically set.
All you gotta do is pull that plunger up and bear down on it. When I give you the signal.
You might hit Braddock. That's the end of Braddock, too. Look. Bury the Phantom and the Safari at the same time. You get back to the plunger. When I drop my hand, let it go.
Get back! Danger! Get back!
Is the Davidson expedition walking into another trap? Will Bremer actually become the ruler of the jungle? Don't miss The Fire Princess, the next smashing episode of The Phantom, at this theater next week. Attempting to stop Davidson from continuing his trek to Zolo's, Dr. Bremer's men prepare an ambush at Matu Pass. The Phantom, after rescuing Diana, races to the pass to warn the expedition.
Let's hook it up here. This ought to be far enough.
Hurry up, fellas. The safari's heading in close to the pass.
Good. We're practically set.
All you gotta do is pull that plunger up and bear down on it when I give you the signal.
Too. Look. We can bury the Phantom and the Safari at the same time. You get back to the plunger. When I drop my hand, let it go.
Get back! Danger! Get back!
That ought to satisfy Bremer.
Yeah, we'll strike him for a raise when we get back. Come on, let's get out of here.
Look! Phantom alive! You stay. Moku help. Master, Moku come help. Phantom cannot die.
You had a narrow escape, man. Yes, indeed it was. The men who are responsible for this explosion are the same gang who attacked you, Doctor.
But Diana, where's she?
Don't worry, she's all right. I left her back on the main trail with my dog to guard her. I had to travel fast, hoping to prevent this explosion.
Well, how did you know the explosion was going to take place?
I overheard some of the men talking who had captured Diana. You push on. I'll catch up with you long before you get to the Astari River. I'll go back for Diana now. Good luck, Doctor. See you later, Professor. Come on, Waku.
Oh, thanks. I won't forget what you've done for us. Well, I sincerely hope this is the end of our troubles, and that we'll find that 7 key at the Astara village.
For your sake, Professor, I hope so, too. Well, I'd better travel on now. It's still quite a journey from here to the Longa village.
Hadn't you better take a couple of our porters?
Oh, no, thanks. I'm an old hand at the jungle. This isn't the first time I've traveled alone. Good luck, Professor. Goodbye, Byron.
Bye. All right, Larkin. Let's get the porters started.
Mulaka! Mulaka!
Hi, Doc.
Who was the fool that talked so loud about dynamiting the pass so the Phantom could overhear it?
Well, not us, Doc. We weren't even there at the time.
That's just your good luck. Wait till I get my hands on those other morons.
It's too bad you still have that Phantom to worry about.
I'll take care of him at the same time I eliminate the professor and his party. It's a good thing I had the foresight to arrange a reception for them at the Astara village.
Can we come along and see the fireworks?
No, you go back and join the others. Then all of you go on to Zolas. I'll meet you there in a few days. Come on, give me a hand here.
Pleasant journey, Doc.
I'm getting tired. Let's have a rest.
Bunda.
There's something creepy about this part of the jungle.
What do you mean?
No sounds, no life. It's just dead.
Don't worry. Diana will be here shortly to cheer you up.
I wonder what's keeping her and the Phantom. They're traveling light. They should have made better time than we did.
There's nothing to worry about. All this territory belongs to the Astari tribe. They're very friendly.
I hope you're right.
They've been under the Phantom's rule for years.
I'm getting hungry. Let's start a fire and prepare some food while we're waiting.
All right. Agalo, samo kore. Let's see.
Weapons here. I wonder where they are. That's funny.
I wonder what in the world could have happened to them.
What's the matter, devil? It's Larkin, killed by a poison arrow.
What's happened to my uncle and Byron? We've got to find them.
Arrow shot by a Astari warrior.
Are you sure of that?
Be sure, Master. Look.
But Mr. Larkin told us that the Astari tribe was friendly.
We've got to get to the Astari village at once to find out what's become of his safari.
Go on.
Moku, go look for a canoe or raft.
Yes, Master.
And take Devil with you. You and I go look this way, see what we can find.
What did the drums say?
They're calling all Astari to worship the Fire Princess.
The Fire Princess? Who's she?
The story goes that many years ago, the Astari tribe was ruled by a woman known as the Fire Princess. They believed her to be a goddess, a descendant of the sun. She ruled them wisely and well, and they became all-powerful in the jungle. Believing her work on Earth accomplished, she vanished and returned to her seat in the sky, after promising them that one day she would return.
But surely you don't believe that legend.
Of course not, but the natives do. That's why whoever calls herself the Fire Princess now can take advantage of them. She may be responsible for Larkin's murder and the safari's disappearance.
Well, then we must get to the village as quickly as possible. Look, a canoe.
You prisoners,
What's the meaning of this?
you Phantom, ghost who walks.
That's right. Then drop those spears.
No, Fire Princess commands we bring you to her.
I'd be taking a chance on your life if I tried to evade them.
I'll say you would. Get your hands up and turn around.
And who are you?
A pickpocket from Brooklyn. Now get in that canoe, both of you. Go on.
What am I supposed to do next?
You just wait until the Phantom gets here and then go to work.
Won't you please change your mind? You know, it's one thing to pretend to be a fire goddess to fool a bunch of natives, but another to deliberately lure a man to his death.
You'll do exactly as you're told.
And if I don't?
Well, in that case, I'll be forced to tell the natives you're nothing but a cheap dancer I picked up in Sapana. They'll only tear you apart.
All right, you win.
That's better. Now, once the Phantom's out of the way, you're going to rule the jungle. And you'll provide me with all the native help I need to build my air base at Zoas.
Come in. Well, what is it, Perry?
Your men have captured the Phantom, and your boats are now near the landing.
Very well. You may go now.
Well, so far, so good.
I'd hoped they couldn't catch him.
Waga. Naga. Walla. Move up against that tree. Now, young lady, you can come with me.
Where are you taking her?
Greet her uncle and her boyfriend. You'll meet them all later.
Afraid of what they may do to you.
Speak for yourself, John.
My people, I have conquered the flames again. Welcome, O Phantom. I have waited many moons for this hour.
Now I know the reason for my urge to come here.
I, the daughter of the sun, believe that you too are immortal.
Phantom is the man who never dies.
Prove that to me. Go through these flames and come out unscorched, the same as I did. Listen to them. They say you're afraid. The Phantom doesn't dare.
I'll do it, with the understanding that after I come out, you'll immediately release my friends.
Your request is my command.
I am ready.
He's one man in a million.
Whom is Bremer after now? And what is the mystery about the Istari chief? For the answer, don't miss The Chamber of Death, the next excitement-laden episode of The Phantom, at this theater next week. To get the Istari tribe under his thumb, Dr. Bremer conceives a fantastic idea.
Afraid of what they may do to you.
Speak for yourself, John.
That was pretty close. Now be sure and don't let the Phantom out once I get him in there.
Leave it to me.
My people, I have conquered the flames again. Welcome, O Phantom. I have waited many moons for this hour.
Now I know the reason for my urge to come here.
I, the daughter of the sun, believe that you too are immortal.
Phantom is the man who never dies.
Prove that to me. Go through these flames and come out unscorched, the same as I did. Listen to them. They say you're afraid. The Phantom doesn't dare.
I'll do it, with the understanding that after I come out, you'll immediately release my friends.
Your request is my command.
I am ready.
He's one man in a million. Thanks, Moku.
The Phantom is dead. Henceforth, I, and I alone, shall shall rule all peoples of the jungle.
What do you wish done with the prisoners?
They will be disposed of later.
Just a moment. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but you'll have to release them according to our bargain. You're not the Fire Princess. Distillery, this woman is a fraud, and I'll prove it. Look! This is the door through which she escaped from the flames. Distillery, you've been misled by this woman. Are you going to stand for it? Bengalla!
We'll have to get out of here right away.
What happened?
Everything went wrong. The Phantom got out of the fire and then made a monkey out of the princess.
Did she tell him anything about me?
No, I'll let her have it before she got a chance.
Good. Then I can still accomplish what I came here for. But if we're going to get the best of the Phantom, you've got to do exactly as I say.
You can count on me, Doc.
Good. Come on.
Why don't they hurry with that stretcher?
Here they come now. Moku, round up all the white men in this village. I want to question them.
Yes, master.
Wait here. I'll get some natives.
Over on the pallet. Don't worry. You'll be all right. We're looking for the man who shot you.
Thank you.
Tell me, who are you?
I'm Ruby Dawn. I was a dancer in Saipan.
You should have stayed there instead of attempting this crazy stunt.
A person has to eat, you know. And Saipan is a tough place to make a living.
I suppose those white men in the village are with you?
Yes. The 4 of us came here together.
Ask her about Sarka.
There's a chief named Sarka who rules this tribe. What's become of him?
He wasn't here when I arrived.
Now tell me the truth. Who's behind all this? Who sent you to this place?
Why did you have my friends and myself brought here as prisoners?
That wasn't my idea.
Get on in there. Does anyone here know this man?
I do.
I caught him trying to sneak out of the village just as I came in.
He's the man that forced us into the boat after the natives surrounded us.
Pickpocket from Brooklyn, eh? Keep an eye on him. You're just in time, Doctor. The girl's badly wounded and needs medical attention.
Oh? This is indeed a surprise. We thought you were in Longo.
No, I just returned from there. I was on my way to Sapana when I heard the drums telling of your capture. I came as quickly as I could. Well, let's have a look at her.
No!
She's fainted again. She's dead.
I'm sorry. I guess I didn't get here soon enough.
Moko and his starry warriors catch these men.
Good work, Mogu. Put them under guard. I shall judge them in the morning.
Oh. Moko bring important news. Moko find Chief Sarka.
Sarka, where is he?
Him very sick. You come, I show you.
Dr. Bremer, you better come along, and the rest of you wait here, please.
This way, master.
Come on, fella.
Sarka in there.
Sarka, this is the Phantom.
Too late again. The poor fellow's dead.
No, him not dead. When Moko come before, he hears Sarka groan.
Could it be possible, Doctor, that he might have been drugged?
Well, that's hardly likely. Sarka was leader of a peaceful tribe.
Moko, you're right. Sarka is alive.
What? I've never seen a trance like this before.
You've got to bring him out of it, Doctor.
Well, I'll do what I can. It's a matter of finding the right antidote. I'll get my medicines.
Moko will get him for you.
No, thanks. I'll have to mix a prescription for him. I won't be long.
We won't be in here long. Bremer will get us out the moment he shuts Sarka's mouth for good.
Why didn't he polish him off in the first place instead of just slipping him that Mickey?
Well, he wanted him to hold as a threat over the fire princess in case she stepped out of line.
Who cares about that? All I'm interested in is to get out of here.
Listen, men, I had to change my plans. We have to make the Phantom think that you escaped and then abducted me.
Why go to all that trouble?
Because I know he'll search for him. I've got a trap all set for him.
What makes you so sure he'll look for you?
The Phantom knows I'm the only one that can save Sarka's life. Nothing like leaving a clue. Come on. Clue number 2. Comes through this door, we've got him. Through here. See this rope? Controls a trap door on the floor. Right here. When the Phantom hits it, he'll drop to the level below.
What's down there?
Just a big surprise for the man that never dies.
Hey, when'd you rig this up?
I didn't. I'm just taking advantage of what the Astera used for the execution of their criminals. Get back in there, boys, and wait. Drake, you go to the entrance. If you see him coming, let us know.
I just had to come here to find out how he is.
Don't worry, Dr. Bremer just left to fix the medicine that just snapped him out of it.
He'll have to bring him, too. You know, Zarka is the only one who can tell us how to get his Olus.
Yes, I know. But this wait isn't doing him any good. Bremer should be back by now. I'll see what's delaying him.
Go on.
Here, fella. Go find him. Go find Dr. Bremer.
I just saw the Phantom and his dog coming this way.
Good. Get back in close.
You stay here, devil.
Get here, you fellas will pay for this. Help!
Start the windlass.
Bremer find the missing ivory key? Are these strange men another group of saboteurs?